Hello and welcome back to another Rlcs recap video. It was the EU Open 4 Road to Rally Championship Sunday, and as always, another great day Rocket League. It literally just wrapped up with that Carmine Vitality Grand Final, which can I say I predicted. I think everyone and their dog probably would have predicted a Carmine Vitality final, but hey, I got it correct. You know, what can I say? I am a ball knower. I know what I'm talking about. You should listen to me. But yeah, it was an interesting day, that's for sure. GK and my boys, they let me down today. I can't lie. Wow. But yeah, well, I think that's where the day started, didn't it? Yeah, it started with this GK Dignitas series, and yeah, 4-1 is extremely flattering on Dignitas. I'm not gonna act like it's not. I think 3 of those games went to overtime. 3 of those games went to overtime, and GK just couldn't ice up in the clinical moments. They also blew like a 3-goal lead at one point, or a 4-goal lead or something. I can't remember. Yeah, defensively, desperate is the reason I think GK lost this. Usually GK, when they play Dignitas or when they play other top teams, apart from Carmine Corp, really, there's this level of level-headedness, I guess, in the defense. It doesn't seem to be too... I mean, they're diving for the ball, yeah, but it seems calculated, it seems reasonable. This was kind of just loose. People diving about. Ole, in particular, there was a lot of times where he just was going for the ball. I mean, if he thought about it, he should know he's not getting there. That's the thing, right? That is the GK style, is that they just dive quick, get to every ball before the other team, and it can be detrimental to them, but it was particularly detrimental in this series. A series which, again, like we all know, I brought up in one of my previous videos, when GK beat Dignitas. Yeah, this is just what they do. GK were 3-0 against Dig. Nick on RL, the coach, bantered Dignitas at the major, saying that, no offence, that they had their number. Not that Dignitas are a bad team by any stretch of the imagination, but they just had them. They clearly don't have them. I do think, however, GK are still the better team. I know this sounds silly because Dignitas just beat them, but I think the reality is that GK's strategy and game plan fell apart. Of course, it was Dignitas putting up the pressure. That's the reason GK had to dive in and make all those silly commitments, but they made those commitments, those bad commitments, so they lost that one 4-1, even though it's a bit tough. 4-2, wow, did not predict this, not in a million years. I don't think I even had Gentlemates making... I think I had them in lower round 1 than going out, but obviously they got through the upper, and yeah, taking on Nip. Nip, again, in the case of the GK, Nip didn't show up the way they did in previous series. Maybe it might be the fact they had to play Synergy in the last one and it was so easy, but they were very one-dimensional. I think Rocket League, and especially high-level Rocket League, there's so many different dimensions to the game. If you're not... Sure, controlling boost is one thing, but controlling boost, not putting up pressure and not committing... Gentlemates today as well, can we just say, they're back. They are back. Wow. Yeah, they look like top. They're definitely top, definitely debatably. Well, they got top, they got third, but you know, top, definitely top 4 in EU currently. They look better than Ninjas, at least in that series. I think they're probably better than Dig, and they're probably better than GK. So yeah, looking like one of the best teams in EU. It's debatable whether they're better than Nip or not, though, because this game, I think Ninjas definitely could have done a lot better if they... I don't know. I don't want to say just played better because that's just dumb. But the reality is the multi-layered offense that they usually run, Ninjas, and it's just like constant, relentless pressure and just creating chances, quite quick counters, things like that on the transition, just wasn't there today. It was very just like basic Rocket League. I felt like I was watching Team Evo in NA. People know what they play like. It was Boomball. It was quite simple Rocket League, and it wasn't working against Gentlemates. They were too good today. It's great to see Seiko and Juicy back to being some of the best players in the EU again. Thanks to Eugen, because wow, he was great today, and we'll get on to that in a second. But Vitality Dig, yeah, I don't like saying this, but there's a level now in EU with Carmine and Vitality, and maybe Gentlemates, but the gap between Carmine, Vitality, and Ninjas, GK and Dig is pretty big for me at the moment. I not once in that series was I thinking, oh wait, Dignitas. Maybe at the very start, I thought maybe Dignitas might have a chance, but then they're just too consistent. Vitality, I don't even know really. I couldn't point out a reason why Dignitas were losing other than just skill issue. Vitality are just too strong. Their team is too good. Yeah, kind of 4-2 felt quite. It's one of those 4-2s that didn't feel too close. Anyways, Carmine Gentlemates 4-3. Great game. Best series of the day for sure. Gentlemates could have easily won. They were very unlucky not to win. It's great to see his roster tapped out. I think what makes them so good is I noticed a lot of the time that transition ball was going up in the air to the wall almost, and there was always an attacker waiting somewhere where it's kind of hard to reach. Like if you boom the ball downfield, right, there's a big chance if you just boom it straight downfield that it's going to get cut out or intercepted. If you boom it low, it's probably going to get cut out or intercepted. But if you boom it, if you wait baiting a player and then boom it far to the right, if there's a player on the wall and the other team's still rotating back, like Carmine was still rotating back on these counters, it gave Gentlemates all this space to like create plays and force pressure, take boost. I think that was like, I don't know what you call that, an incisor pass from football, but just cutting through the defense. They were great. Obviously though, it's just plot armor, isn't it? Johnny Boy was saying it. Carmine and NRG, the biggest examples of plot armor right now, is crazy. Because I think they were good today. They just did what they do. You know, they weren't doing anything special. They weren't playing the best I've ever seen them by any stretch of the imagination. But they just played their game, and they're just so good that they won. But Gentlemates do look great. Yeah, they played their hearts out, and I hope that they don't have inconsistency in their blood anymore, and we can see them a lot more. We might even see them at Rally at this point. Moving on to the grand finals, yeah, just finished up. Not particularly close, and I would have guessed that. I'm pretty sure I had this as a 4-2 or a 4-1. Yeah, Carmine Corp just too strong in the end, to be honest. Went 3-0, and then they went 3-2, no, 4, yeah, wait. It looked like it was coming back for a second, but Carmine Corp just shut them down. It was great to watch. But yeah, that's going to about wrap it up for today. Quite a simple final, nothing to say too much. If we look at the points rankings, it's looking interesting for the race for Rally, and we'll see how that develops. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you for the NA Open 5.